Yo, what is up, guys? Excuse me. We are here Saturday morning, waking up a little late. It's okay. It's 9 o'clock. Oh my gosh. So we're finals versus Maliss, striker Bestial Maliss. I win the role for the first time, and he dropped Shifter game 1. But this is the game plan, guys. I open Imperm Perulia, Tejas Dragoon squad, just pass play, drop Perulia at the beginning of the turn, and now it's like, and then he normals his brick in his deck, and I get a draw into Nib. What? So this is literally the game plan. You know, they shifter you? Fine, shifter me. I'll just pass play and just, you know, I'll just skip your turn too. So, you know, even if he didn't, even if he opened playable here, we were in a really good spot. Imperm, first draw Nibiru, second draw is Ash, by the way. Plus Perulia, it's like, this is a good setup, especially with Bestials becoming more popular in the Maliss decks as necessary extenders. You know, we're just doing fine here. Really are. Oh, I think I draw Ash for turn is what happens. But that would have been my next draw if he had to extend any further. So yeah, he ends up just pass and play here, and the shifter basically unaffected us, which is kind of awesome. And even if he was able to play, we have the Imperm for another disruption, Nib to follow up and break the board, Ash in the top deck for another normal summon. Yeah, so we just start off with Tejas squad here. This is probably like the best opener in terms of floodgate hand traps, or any hand traps at all, really, just because being able to chain block the squad is really important because it just guarantees Prince hits board. So we like that. So yeah, we try to add Shrine off the Tejas, I think, and now from here we just kind of it's just a bait. Everything is a bait from here on out, which is awesome, but it's baits that our opponent has to interact with. So we're going to print Centragoon, Dragoon, add Minstrel. We're going to look at the hand here, see 3 Bestials. Ew, get that out of here. So, yeah, I just banished the Magnum up because I don't want him to be able to activate 2 Bestials since they're once per turn. So from here on out, we search and then summon Poseidra by sending Prince. The only card I'm dealing with now is to set. So I just need to be able to bait that out properly. I sent Shrine here off the Poseidra. I don't really know why I did, to be honest with you. I can't remember at the time. I think in my head I was thinking, oh, I'll have Shrine access available in front of my graveyard. But you know, if for some reason my turn got stopped here, it wouldn't have really helped me in any way. So I don't know exactly why I did that Shrine play, especially because I'm getting Shrine here no matter what. I don't know. I think I could have sent my 3rd Dragoons. I think I just felt like it wasn't necessary. But I probably should, just to accumulate as many resources as possible. So we go Bahamut here by summoning Pike. And yeah, so... and then yeah, so it's a Widow Anchor, so you know, soft negates do not do enough here. From here on out, I know his hand. He has 1 Bestial he can summon. He uses Little Knight, Deep Sea King from here on out. Deep Sea King's crazy, you know. It just steals games. It's like it feels too strong to cut, and I really need to see what these. Maybe I should go back and watch. I don't know. Maybe go back and watch the Orlando Future matches to see. Yeah, he just scooped stuff from here. To go see what the Diva no Deep Sea King builds look like, how they play in action. But I'm not sold on it still. I think the power that Deep Sea King provides is too crazy. But I also think that Diva is a really strong starter, and I think there's a way. I think there's at least a way where I can attempt to play both engines, which I think is like the biggest step for Water. I think if Water could max out on the 1-card starters, but also have the Deep Sea King engine as a way to still have that win condition, just have some more consistency through the Diva. I think that'd be really big. I think when you play Diva, it makes cards like Deep Sea Aria even stronger. If you want to fill in the extra deck slots with the Salamangreat Amirage and maybe the lizard draw guy as well. Yeah. Oh well, game 2 here. I guess we'll talk about the actual game. He just opens combo this time, and I have double Prince Infantry Deep Sea King Pike, so not so good here. It honestly almost never mattered what my hand was, if it was engine alone But yeah, we just opened engine here, which is not preferred. We have a decent amount of non-engine. I think it's a 43 card list, 43 to 42, and I think we have at least 15 to 17, maybe even 18 non-engine sighting and going second. So kind of crazy. I didn't see anything here, but it happens. And you know, as much as I want to call, as much as I want to look at Deep Sea King and Infantry as the main bricks I open, these cards are definitely cards I'm going to have sighted in going second in my main deck, whether they're in the side or in the main board, mainly focusing on Infantry. Like, they would have been in my main when going second. So unfortunate variance here. And you know what though, it's like, this is my first brick of the day, you know, just to top it off. I mean, this was like the first time I really just didn't open a preferred hand, which, you know, let's see, 5 rounds. I think most of my games were actually 2-0s. So if I played 8 games, this is my 10th game. My 10th game is where I open my first brick. Hey, 9 out of 10 games we open playable is pretty nice. So that's what we get here. And yeah, so he's just gonna combo off. I'm not gonna get too much into it. He actually doesn't go super far, which is good on him. I mean, I don't know if he could have gone further or if he chose not to. I don't know this deck well enough to know exactly how they extend. I'm still somewhat ignorant on this deck. Not as bad anymore, but definitely as he's playing his combo out, I don't really know where he's going and what his lines are. I still need to learn the actual Maliss lines themselves. I understand choke points and like important cards to hand trap, but I do not understand the sequencing of his plays and depending on how he opens, what might be the most optimal choice. It kind of seems like if he normal summons a Maliss and tries to activate an effect, you just try and hand trap it and stop him from playing. And then after that, I don't know, you just kind of hope if you have multiple hand traps. But yeah, so I think I don't remember what I drew. I drew Perulia, very nice. Very nice. And then he also just shows he has DDG, so different dimension ground or whatever. So all my cards are getting banished anyway. So he basically turned a shifter on my board. So yeah, it's basically this board, like full combo. Well, I don't know if this is full combo, but this is like full combo plus shifter just for my turn. So there was no way I was playing past that. But yeah, so unfortunate. My first loss of the day was yeah, it was, I can't really say it was just, the play there was probably, like if he doesn't have that, the play is probably normal Pike, and then Pike effect, discard, probably the Infantry. So we honestly probably could have played, it's just that DGG really messed us up, because we could at least gone for I didn't look at his hand, I think he showed it, but if we were able to add Shrine up the Pike, send Infantry, that wouldn't have been horrible. You know, you can at least Shrine, pitch Prince, summon Deep Sea King, or summon Poseidra, because we have Deep Sea King in our hand. You can summon Poseidra, and then Poseidra can do things. Prince can summon back the Infantry. Yeah, I don't think the timing would be available for Prince to target any on the other Atlantean. So yeah, but you target Infantry in the grave, summon back, and then, you know, Poseidra can do its thing, and whatever happens there, the Infantry that we summon off of Prince will give us a second normal summon to summon that secondary Prince in our hand. So it was definitely playable. It was fine. It was just the DGG that really ended us there. So this hand, yeah, we opened Nibiru, Nibiru Squad, double Prince, and Lancia. So pretty strong hand here. Feeling pretty comfortable. So I choose to just go for the Shrine line. I'm like, let's just guarantee the Shrine to our hand, and then Dragoons can grab us our Minstrel. And if the Minstrel pops, dude, it's game over. Yeah, so and even if the Shrine didn't get added here, the Dragoon still adding the Minstrel gives us the follow-up we need by discarding the squad in our hand, and this would have played around Droll as well. So at this point, we're looking fine. He has a Bestial double, I think it was double Eclipse and like 2 Maliss cards. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. You know, they don't have the hand traps. It doesn't matter. This deck is just crazy. It's like, this deck is insane actually. Going first, it's redonkulous. Like, yeah, there's a couple cards that just end our turn, but these cards are getting easier and easier to play around. Shifter being the hardest one still. like Shifter and Fluoros are probably the most difficult hand traps to play around, just because Shifter you really just pass, you really don't play at all, which would be a cool benefit of Diva, because if we're able to play Diva in our deck, and we don't open hand traps, we can at least normal Diva, special squad, discard a card, make a Gyos, and at least have a negate on board rather than absolutely nothing. But then with Fluoros, that's the more difficult card, where you want to rely a little bit more on the Moulin. Outside of Moulin, you almost kind of just have to, depending on what your hand is, you either have to just full send it and just go for the double, or go for the statue line anyways, give him a few draws and just put him on better habit. Although with this deck in particular, he would have it most likely, because he plays the Widow Anchors. He plays so he can deal with the King. So between Widow Anchor, Imperm, if he's on Imperm, I don't know if he is, but that and Eclipse, as well as if he's playing cards like Thrust, maybe Thrust into Barrier would be pretty tough here. But we get to go full combo here, so no complaints. This is the board you want. Double Omni Negate. Yeah, I was showing him. I did mess up my board a little bit, but it was fine. It was Lancia Nibiru back up, Prince in hand, ready for the discard for Poseidra. Plus we have Double Toad Omni Statue, 600 attack and defense boost. It's gonna be tough to get over for him, especially with the hand he has here. So that Bestial is dead. He has 2 Eclipses for my 2 Toads. So we knew he had 2 Eclipses, so we knew we had to make Double Toad no matter what. He has Thrust in there as well, which I don't think I saw. I don't remember. So yeah, he can go Thrust here, and he can go search talents, and talents take the statue, which is fine, but he'll still be locked into waters. He'll have to use his battle phase, and then on top of that, we still have the Poseidra follow up, as well as the Lancia, and I guess Nibiru, although I don't think I would ever want to use it here. So the awkward part about Nibiru is if Nibiruing our own board never really feels that great. Yeah, you do it if you have to, but in this instance, I would definitely try to hold off as much as possible, just because it would be unlikely that he can actually deal with the rest of our monsters on board. If the Trite stays, that's a guaranteed first action Poseidra, which is pretty insane. If the first thing you're doing is Poseidra before you even normal summon, that card just generates so much. So yeah, he's just showing that he didn't have playable. That was not working out for him. And yeah, that's really it, guys. That's the finals. Not a whole lot. Yeah, the deck performed really well. I would say my deck definitely relied on the Charmies. I wouldn't say they relied, but I opened Charmies consistently this day, and so it was definitely my day in terms of like the non-engine I was opening. It seemed like I was opening pretty optimal non-engine for almost every single game, like based on whatever deck I was playing against. I think I was showing him what I was siding in. So this must be going second maybe, or I'm just like siding out my cards. I might just be siding out cards and just going over them with him. But yeah, so this is it. This is the finals. Deck performed really well. Nibiru's probably gonna get cut. I think there's still advancements we can make with the deck. This deck is definitely not solved yet, but I have a theory for a new deck idea that I think might actually, I hope will work in theory. In my head, it sounds really good. I think it solves a lot of the issues that the Deep Sea King variant faces, and I think that we can actually make this build even better. I have a question for you guys. So I kind of have 2 lists available right now, and I'd be curious to know what you guys want to watch. Would you guys be more interested in me taking a budget water deck, which budget water would really just be, it would just be standard Deep Sea King Turbo with just no Charmies or Impulses, and to see how that plays. So all the water cards are online. I would say if you want to play water, you definitely just go in on the Pikes and the Gyos. But the other list I could play is if I think it's ready, I could play my my theorized advancement for the deck. So I'd be curious what you guys want me to play, whether it's the new potential new version of Deep Sea King Turbo that does play Deep Sea Diva, or would you guys rather just see me play Budget Water and see how that goes? Maybe that might help you guys out more, people who are interested in playing the deck. Let me know your thoughts. Maybe I'll put a poll up as well, so that way everyone can kind of see it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot, and keeps the drive going. It keeps me want to be consistent, as well as please join the Discord. There's a bunch of super smart players in there who know way more about this deck than I do, and spend a lot more time than I do. Listen, guys, the only time I really spend on this game is looking over these matches, throwing a combo video on a short, and then looking at I stare at DB for like an hour before bed. Just like brainstorming theory. So these other guys in the Discord, they're putting in work, they're putting in games, they're grinding out DB, they're getting actual results. So please check out the Discord, check out the channel, check out the videos. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what we do next. And until then, see ya. Peace.